Pokémon exist in the Office universe. What Pokémon would Michael Scott have? A single pencil spawns in the Grand Canyon. Can the population of Arizona find it within a week? Impractical Jokers versus Dude Perfect in a bar fight. Who would win? Welcome to Barcast Comedy, where semi-pro comedians, Zach and OldSchoolCurt, answer the craziest questions on the internet at random dive bars across America. No OldSchoolCurt today, but I am joined with stand-up comic Ben Dailey.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
These two?
Yeah, for sure.
I got pretty high before this, so that's why I'm a little all over the place.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
But let's just dive right into this. We don't like to waste time with long intros. First question we always ask everybody is, have you ever been in a bar fight?
No bar fights.
No bar fights?
Back in my college days, would go to the bar quite a bit and get into, have probably too many drinks, but never a fight.
Never a fight?
I think my stature, I knew subconsciously it would not go well if I got in a fight.
I need to get in more fights, so honestly, with the amount of times I ask that question, I need more cool bar fight stories to tell.
Do you have any, or are you also at zero?
No, I'm at zero.
Yeah?
I almost got kicked out of this bar one time. We were at Jackson's in downtown Denver, and it was $20 all you can drink, so they give you red Solo cups for your drink. So we had them, and we were stacking them all up on the table and making a giant pyramid, and it fell down, and we started restacking it again. The security's like, hey, if that falls again, we're kicking you out. You need to take that down now. But he said, if it falls again. So we just continued stacking these cups. These two big security guards are just standing there this close to us, waiting to grab us and throw us out. And we stacked it all the way to the top, took a selfie, and took it down so slowly and threw it away. They were...
Have you ever been in a fight outside of a bar?
No.
No?
Not a fighter.
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page. I'm more of a runner than a fighter.
All right, who do you think would win in a fight? The Impractical Jokers or Dude Perfect?
It would have to be Dude Perfect. Younger and way more coordinated.
They got the numbers too.
Yeah, I imagine the amount of balls they get in holes. The skill level with that coordination, I imagine they could throw a pretty good punch as well.
Yeah, they're just out there trick shotting them at that point.
Yeah, they're just trick punching them in the back of the head.
Yeah. No, I want the Impractical Jokers to win, but I feel like Dude Perfect would get it. Other than maybe they'd get too cocky with the trick shots.
Yeah, Impractical Jokers are 20 years older than Dude Perfect? Yeah.
I picture a Ron Burgundy, the Anchorman fight.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, just swords are out.
All right, a single pencil spawns in the Grand Canyon. Can the population of Arizona find it in a week? There's 7.2 million people in Arizona.
7.2.
Oh, fuck. I was going to screw up that number for the TikTok clip. That way people get mad at me.
I don't know how much that helps me. I know the Grand Canyon is massive. I'm going to say no.
No.
I think it's too big. I've never been there before. You been?
No, I haven't been there, but I hear it's big.
I imagine, yeah. I mean, the amount of trouble we had with the submarine at the bottom of the ocean, I'm going to say that's basically the same thing. We don't find it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the population's just going to fuck off, too. Be like, I ain't searching for that.
Yeah, they go, it's really hot, and who wants a pencil? You go, buy one at Staples.
What if they die? It's like a hostage situation.
If they don't find it, they die?
Yeah, the whole city of Arizona is being held hostage.
Then they're finding
the whole
it.
State.
Somebody's just bringing out a pencil from home and going, I got it.
Suddenly 10 people have it. No, I found it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
There was only one pencil. You go, well, we got a lot of them available now, so everybody stays alive.
It's a couple extra lives.
Yeah.
Would you rather have to fight a chicken every time you get in a vehicle, or you have a 6-foot tall chain link fence around your house at all times that you have to climb to get in and out of your house, It's if you leave for work, you have to climb it, but then you forget your wallet, you got to go climb back over the fence.
Okay.
You're drunk, you got to climb the fence after the bar again.
Chain link fence. So let me ask, at the top of the chain link fence, does it have the, what do you call it?
No barbed wire.
No barbed wire.
Yeah, it's just a chain link fence. It's just a hassle where you got to fight a chicken every time you get in a vehicle, even an Uber or something. It just spawns and it attacks you. You
know what? It's a close call. I'll go chain link fence. I don't mind. If there's no barbed wire, then I'm okay with that. But if there was a barbed wire, I would go chicken. I'm not a fighter, like I said earlier, but I'll kick a chicken if I got to get some gas or something,
Yeah, I could beat the chicken, but I feel like, if I'm fighting hundreds of chickens, monthly, constantly getting in vehicles, I feel like eventually I'm going to slip up one of these times and that chicken's going to beat me.
Well, let me ask you this: does the chicken is it a fight to the death, or is it just a hey shoo chicken, and then you get in and you get out of there?
You can chew him out, but he's pissed off at you.
Okay.
So he's coming at you.
I can take a
Like, you can
chicken
chew him
hating
out,
me.
but he's probably going to still come for you.
If it was to the death, I would definitely do the chicken. I don't want to... Killing a chicken once a day at a minimum, that'd be a lot on your psyche. I feel like that would that would mess me up.
I mean, it's free food, though. That is a perk there.
Yeah, but if you don't eat it, then you're just like, I just killed a chicken. That's a lot of chicken to eat every day.
Yeah, you're like downtown and people are like, what is that guy doing?
Yeah. I don't do all these other... I have a chicken-only diet because I'm killing a lot of them. And so I have to eat it or I feel terrible.
Yeah. I think the fence would be funny, too. Like, if you're like bringing a girl home on a date.
She can't make it over?
She's got boots. They're like, what? You live here? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
She's like, why do you have a fence? Don't worry. Nobody else can get in.
Bringing someone home, you're like, this is going to be a fun night. And they just fall over and break their arm. And you're like, all right.
Thanksgiving at your house, you got to have grandma.
Yeah. Oh,
Couple
gosh.
people.
Yo, grandma, sorry, grandma, you can't come over.
She's got to eat
you
outside
just
the
can't-
fence.
Yeah.
It's like the boy in the striped pajamas.
Oh, boy.
I
That'd
haven't
be
seen that
wild.
movie, but I'm quoting it.
I haven't seen it. What is it? Is that a Disney movie?
It's a sad movie.
Oh, it's a sad movie. Okay.
Yeah, it's a boy in pajamas, and I don't know. I should probably stop talking before I get canceled.
Sounds like a big hit.
Yeah.
Boy in pajamas.
Yeah, I think maybe it was a Jewish boy.
Okay.
Choose your useless superpower. Would you rather have the power to remember anything you lost, but it's 72 hours later? So, like, if you forget your car keys and you don't find them for 72 hours, you're going to be like, that's where they are.
Okay.
Or you have the power to shapeshift into anything, but you can never change back. So, like, once you change out of yourself into, like, let's say you want to change into a pickle. You could change into a pickle, but you can't change back into yourself. Okay. And if you change into something else, you can't be a pickle again.
Wow. A lot of people out there really want to turn into a pickle. That would be wild.
There's this TV show where this guy turns himself into a pickle, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, what's the show called?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Okay.
Dude.
It's called I Want to Be a Pickle, out soon, 2024. I'll have to go with the 72-hour delay, remembering stuff. If it was shape-shifting and you could just go back and forth and it wasn't stuck on one thing, I would definitely do that. But if you have to, every time you change, it's like you're permanently there, then it's like, that's a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Can you shapeshift into another human? Can I shapeshift into like Brad Pitt?
Yeah, you could become Brad Pitt.
Oh, then I take it back. I'll
I guess
do that.
never mind, yeah.
I'll do that. I'll just shapeshift into a much more attractive version of myself.
Yeah, just become more fit version of yourself and be like,
Okay, I'll take that for sure.
yeah, I'm thinking that too. I mean, the remembering things is kind of useful, but it's not very. 72 hours later, like, it's pretty much just normal life.
Yeah.
I'll remember something 72 hours later given any given.
Yeah, after 72 hours, it's like, I've already crossed it off in my mind anyways.
At that point, it's gone.
Yeah, if I've lost something and I haven't remembered in 3 days, you go, it's dead to me. So
Yeah. Would you rather live in a house with no windows or a house made entirely of windows, all glass?
Oh, boy. What are we talking? Are we talking in the city, anywhere? Can
You're
I
in the
pick?
city.
In the city.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Make it.
No windows.
Yeah, so you just pretty much got your front door,
Yeah.
back door.
I mean, it'll be depressing, but if it's all windows, you know, it's too much.
Yeah. I mean, you could try and put up curtains, but like, it's a glass house. How are you going to hang up shit on it?
Yeah, I'm going to spend 50 grand on curtains
Yeah.
in an apartment that I don't own. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I'll just get a really big art collection and buy some paintings that are just windows. I'll get somebody to paint a window and hang that up.
Paint a window.
Trick my brain into thinking that I can see outside.
Yeah. I was thinking the glass house I'd probably have to do. It'd be harder. I'd maybe get really into gardening, plant some like big trees in my house.
Just a greenhouse /
Yeah.
apartment. Yeah.
Pot plants everywhere.
Okay.
It's
There
a
you go.
win-win. There's
Yeah.
plants and it covers everything. They
That's
can't
true. You get free sun. Don't have to pay an electrical bill.
See. All right. The United States is at war with North Korea, and they're offering you $125,000 for every nun that you can convince to join the army. What's your pitch to them?
What's my pitch?
Yeah, what's your sales pitch? How you get them to join?
My pitch.
We're desperate. We need these nuns.
My pitch is, if you love God, you're gonna love North Korea. Join us in the fight against.
This guy, Kim Jong-un, says he's never pooped
Yeah.
in his life. We got to beat him.
Yeah, just try to trick them that way. Just go, look, this guy has said a lot of things that, you know, as a Christian nun, are lies. Okay, he says he's never pooped. He says he got a hole-in-one on every hole
Yeah,
on a golf course. We have to go over there and show him the Word of God. and God says you poop. That's
Yeah.
That's like page 3 of the Bible.
And I'll throw in $25,000 if you get back.
And on day 3, God made Adam and Eve able to poop. That was 3 days it took them to.
It says it right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's in there. I went to a lot of church growing up, so I
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah, it's a much better sales pitch. I was just gonna offer him a little money. Be like, come on, we're going.
How much in sales would you get?
I don't know. Maybe here's what I do. I start like a conga line, like in church, like to a church song, that they all love, and I just lead them with me, and I go to North Korea with them,
Okay.
and I just bring like 100 of them with me in this conga line.
There you
and
go.
I make millions and then fly back.
Yeah. Then you just leave and you retire. I feel like if I tricked one nun, I'd be pretty set for a minute.
Honestly, that's good.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna work on one nun.
Yeah, you know what? I quit my job, and then like 2 years later, it's like, actually, I'm running out of money.
Yeah, it's like that SpongeBob meme where he's making like the one crappy patty.
Yeah.
It's like you recruiting that one nun.
Yeah,
Like,
just got to trick one person. It's like Amway. You ever been approached by an Amway person?
no.
No, we won't even get into that. It's a nightmare.
What is your hometown scandal or like high school story? Situation everybody brings up.
Hometown scandal. So I am from the suburbs of Lynchburg, Virginia, Southwest Virginia, home of Liberty University, which is very big Christian university started by Jerry Falwell. Just for context, where I'm from.
Yep.
That's not related to the story. But guy I went to high school with dated Britney Spears, and they came to a local restaurant in like 2013, and it was all over. It was a huge deal. They dated for like 2 years, and then I think he like blackmailed her for money, saying like, I'm gonna release secrets unless you pay me off. So that's as big as it gets in the small town I came from. But pretty cool. I mean, pretty interesting story.
You're sitting at like a mom and pop's diner and they got like a picture of them. Be like, who's that? Be like,
Yeah.
he blackmailed Britney Spears.
He's rich now because which funny enough, I just read a story yesterday that her new husband, some other random dude, is doing the same thing. He's divorcing her and he's saying he's going to release secrets unless she renegotiates her prenup. I'm like, everybody is just dating her in black. This is crazy.
That's like a sports contract extension. He's like, no, I want to renegotiate my deal.
Yeah. Somebody's like, I'm going to blackmail this organization unless you pay me more. And they're like, do it. Well,
Yeah, that's much better. Most times when we do that story, it always goes to high school student sleeping with teacher. And I'm like, God damn it.
yeah.
There's going to be a montage of that.
The only other thing is, I guess, 8th grade teacher ended up being like a pedophile.
Oh.
And got caught with child pornography, and he's in prison now. It was something that I feel like this happens a lot, similar to sleeping with teachers and students. He was the media director. So like the morning, did your school have like morning,
the morning
announcements?
news.
Yeah, and they'd have like students do it. And he would always ask the girls to wear skirts. And so it was like a rumor that's like he likes looking at the girls' skirts and like up their skirts when they're filming. And that was something that every 8th grader talked about. But then it wasn't until like 10 years later that he got caught. And looking back on it now that I'm an adult, it's like, I'm sure teachers heard that rumor all the time. How did it take so long for this weirdo to get
Just
caught?
to come out.
Yeah, because as an 8th grader, you're like, I don't know. You hear the rumor, but it's not like I didn't see it happen. I don't know. Yeah. So you're not like going to teachers being like, this is a thing. You're just like, I don't know. Somebody told me that in the bathroom.
And we're back. Doo-doo-doo. Technical difficulties per usual. But let's just dive right back into this. So the last 4 guests we've had on have had really good poop stories. So do you have any good poop stories?
No poop pants stories that I can think of are worth. I'm sure it's happened at some point. A good poop story. When I was in high school, I went to a church weekend retreat thing, and it was like 30 people staying in one cabin. It was like a mountain facility, bunch of cabins and like mess hall and all that stuff, and everybody was in this one spot, and everybody was out doing stuff during the day, and I went in the bathroom and clogged the toilet on accident. I wasn't a malicious clogging. You're embarrassed. You're like, there's a bunch of like girls that I had a crush on that are staying in the same place, and so you're like I'm just gonna walk away and somebody will fix it. Okay, you just I'm not going to say anything.
Next person's problem.
Yeah, not my problem. And the youth leader, he got everybody together later that day, and he's literally called a meeting. He's like, we need to discuss something, guys. Everybody come to the main room. And he's like, somebody clogged the toilet, and we're not leaving here until somebody confesses to it.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I will die before I say anything. And they literally started going down the line of, like, this person was at this place during this time, and it came down to a couple of people, and they eventually just narrowed it down. And my youth leader basically was just like, it was Ben. I mean, in my mind, my memory is just them chanting, Ben, clog the toilet. Ben. I was like traumatized. I was like, oh my gosh.
So he called you out?
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's not very godly of you to just embarrass me in front of all of my peers. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's the first one that comes to mind.
You gotta work on your alibi.
I know, dude. I gotta, yeah.
All right, what was the first joke you wrote when you ever wanted to become a comedian or like thought about doing stand-up?
First joke I wrote, man, that's hilarious because so I tried to write a bunch of jokes like 10 years before I even tried comedy. I don't really remember exactly the first ones there, but the first one I ever performed on stage was here, and it's related to poop, which is hilarious that you have. I think it was something about, like, I feel like the older I get, the more I get poop on my fingers when I wipe. Not a good joke, but that was my opener. Did it go? I did it at Rise Comedy, which has like Rise.
Yeah.
They have very good crowds there for the mic, and you get more laughs than you should. And I think I got a couple. It wasn't great, but I think a couple people chuckled.
There's a couple who related.
enough for me to be like, I think I'm gonna just become a full-time comedian now after my first open mic.
I put my 2 weeks in right here on the spot.
What's first joke you?
Oh God.
Right? Is it appropriate?
I haven't even told it yet, but we can do it.
Okay.
But no, I created my dogs their own Instagram account so I could tag them in memes. And I had this girl slide into my dog's DMs, not mine, my dog's. And she was like, "Aw, so cute. Is it a boy or a girl?" And I was like, "Aw, thanks. It's actually a dog, though."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's what I'm planning on going out there with.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The mic drop, quit my job.
Yeah, yeah.
You half laugh, so now I'm going for it.
Yeah, there you go. I think it's a good opener.
Yeah. Oh, another one I saw, Eggo's is making their own liquor now.
Oh.
Eggo's boozy brunch.
Yeah.
Like all these companies doing it. So what company do you think next? Weird company is going to have their own booze. I mean, there's Sunny D seltzers. Those are actually pretty good.
It's got to be one of these electrolyte companies.
Electrolyte?
Yeah.
Gatorade.
What is Mio?
Mio, the water squeeze stuff?
Yeah. No, what's the other big one that everybody promotes on their podcast?
Prime?
Yeah, you're like, I ate a salad today and drank alcohol with electrolytes. So how much healthier can you be?
Yeah. The other ones I could see, I don't know, maybe like Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like Goldfish, Cheez-Its. I was looking at Cheez-Its there. Wow, there are so many flavors. Yeah. More than I realized.
Pop-Tarts just comes out with a brown sugar liquor.
Yeah, brown sugar.
Oh, gosh.
I could get behind it.
Yeah.
All right, this next one is one question with Old School Kurt. It'll be on screen right now. So we're just going to do a 30-second pause.
All right.
No, I'm kidding.
And here is your one question from Old School Kurt. How many beers would Arnold Schwarzenegger have to drink in order for you to beat him in a fist fight?
Oh my gosh. So many beers. Like at least a case probably.
Yeah.
24 plus.
Yeah, honestly, I'm feeling like it'd have to be like enough that like he passes out and I pretty much can just like, just go on top of him for the count.
He could drink so much to pass out, and there's still a chance he would beat me. If he just blacks out on top of me, he still wins.
And if he's just drinking beer too, like he's gonna sober up faster than
I
he
know.
can drink the beer.
Yeah, there may not even be. He may just keep going. Never get in a losing situation.
Not enough. That's the answer. You're on a first date, and your date's ex-boyfriend shows up, and it's Kanye West, and he starts rapping an unreleased song to try to win her back. What do?
Obviously, rap back at him. It's a rap battle at that point, and may the best rapper win the girl, I think. Yeah. Is only fair, right?
Yeah, it's only fair. You versus Kanye.
Yeah. I would lose immediately. He would get his ex-girlfriend back, but I'd give it a go.
If you're going to go out, that's the way to go out at least.
Yeah.
You want to do that, or you want to do a walk of shame out as Kanye's rapping?
Yeah. You might as well walk out shamed after a really bad rap. You just like, look, I gave it my all. All you can do is try. And you ever get in the rap game?
No.
You ever make a rap song?
No, I am not that good.
No? Well,
Not a singer.
a lot of people aren't good, but still do it.
Yeah. Here's a good question. There's a gun to your head. You have to sing a song all the way through, word for word, or you die. What song are you singing?
Oh.
It's a weird hostage situation again.
Oh my gosh. That's a great question.
And there's no ABCs.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday, I imagine, doesn't count either.
That doesn't count. Last time Ben Duncan chose that song and I made him sing it on the podcast.
Oh gosh.
Happy birthday, dear Barcast podcast. Happy birthday to you.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I am struggling to think of a song that I confidently know all the words to. I'll say this. Blink-182, Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe a Coldplay song. I mean, some of the classics would probably be most accessible for my brain to get the word, but I don't think I could. Let's say, what's my age again? Blink-182.
Yeah.
That's I probably wouldn't get it. I'd be dead. Gun to my head. I'd
They
get
put
shot.
the song on at least, so you get the instrumental to think.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think I could give it a go. I think
Yeah.
I'd,
I think getting started would be the hardest part.
Yeah. The person with the gun to my head, I think I would entertain him for a minute 30, but then it might fall apart, and he might have to pull the trigger after that.
They're like, okay.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I was singing a couple I could probably do. Maybe Don't Trust Me by 303.
Yeah.
I remember used to singing that in the car when I was little.
Yeah.
And my mom would be like, stop singing that.
Is that a lot of the same lyrics? Just don't trust me.
Nah.
Don't.
I used to sing the part my mom would be like, shush, girl, shut
gosh.
your lips, do the Helen Keller, and talk with your hips. And my mom would be like, no.
Don't say that. Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Helen Keller's blind. Who cares?
Did they play that on the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I feel like nowadays if they put it on the radio, they just have to bleep that because it's like we can't say things anymore.
Yeah. They were one of my favorites. I saw them in concert, and they had two taxidermied wolves, like poorly taxidermied. Like if you had to taxidermy a wolf on the stage, but then they shot laser beams out of their eyes into the crowd.
Interesting.
It was crazy.
That's hilarious. Like their music wasn't good, but they had a couple wolves
But the
that
wolves,
were
phenomenal.
pretty spot on.
I pay good money for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you rather have 20 gorillas or 10,000 bees that are loyal and obey all your orders and protect you?
It would have to be the bees.
The bees.
The gorillas, that'd be a lot. Housing them, feeding them, hiding them. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to buy some land for that. Bees, you just open a closet and be like, do whatever honey stuff you do in there, and I'll call you when I need you.
Yeah, the gorillas, just seeing going to the bar here, having 20 gorilla posse.
Yeah. You ever been stung by a bunch of bees?
Yeah, I'm allergic to bees.
Are you?
I've only been stung by one bee, but I was allergic.
Do you have the EpiPen?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. You just balloon up?
Yeah, I got stung going down a water slide.
Yeah.
It stung me on my boob. And then I started swelling up, and I just had one boob. And I'm walking around Mexico.
Oh,
this,
gosh.
resort, does anybody have Tylenol?
Just people being like, Americans look very weird. We did not realize that they look like this. I got stung in the throat one time by a bee.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I went off a diving board, swallowed it, stung me. That was not fun.
Yeah, but I'm thinking the bees too, as just to be, for convenience.
Yeah,
You could have them above you in the bar or wherever you are.
Yeah, just ready to go. Just silently perched. and then it's-
Transportation of the gorillas.
Oh, I
Taking a
know.
party
It'd be
bus
too
everywhere.
much. I mean, a gorilla's like 1,000 pound, 500 pound, whatever they are. 200 pound. I have no idea how much they weigh. Too much.
Yeah. All right. This next one's a good question. The questions really go downhill as the episode goes on.
Oh, nice. I like it.
That's how I make them when I get. You can tell how high I am
Go
when I
best
come
to
up with some of
worst.
them. Yeah. All right. Choose your weird superpower. You have the superpower to clone yourself, but all the clones share the same head as you. Or after you die, you become a ghost, and you can be able to exist for another 100 years, floating around, but you can't interact with anything. Or you earn $150 an hour every time you feel extremely sad.
Wow. A lot of okay.
There's a lot
start
to
off.
process.
So first one, ability to clone, but you're saying I have to use the same, I have to detach my head and put it on them?
No, it's attached to you, so you're pretty much just sharing the same body. You're like conjoined twins.
Oh, yeah. I would not want that. That would be a very useless skill set.
Yeah.
You're like, I can multiply, but they're all coming out of my original person.
Yeah, 2, 3 maybe would work, then 4, Then you're like a spider.
That'd be too much. That'd be impossible to date. That'd be impossible to get a job. You go into an interview with a bunch of mini-me's attached to your head. That's not a good look.
I was thinking they come out full size, but yeah, you get baby clones maybe.
Full
That'd be
size.
better.
I don't know if my neck would be able to support another full-size growth just going out to the...
Just walking around.
And then, okay, tell me again. The second one was ghost.
Second one, you become a ghost, and you can exist for another 100 years as a ghost.
But you can't interact or do anything?
Can't interact. You can just float around.
You just see stuff.
Yeah, you just see stuff.
Oh, man, you don't have a friend? You're just on your own?
Just on your own, or $150 an hour every time you're extremely sad, starting now.
That feels like the obvious answer. You just get sad a lot, you get a lot of money, and...
Just get sad, watch a lot of sad videos.
Yeah, that feels like the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks being sad, but...
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably like you get sad for 1 hour. You only make $150 at a time, because then you're like, ooh, $150.
Yeah.
And then you're happy again. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to go 150 for the sadness.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just take the ghost.
Yeah?
Yeah, might
You'd
as
like to
well.
float around aimlessly, just be a little Casper?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get to see stuff still.
Can you switch it off if you're like, this, family that I'm stalking is really boring? Can you be like, I'm going to disappear for a couple years till somebody cool moves
Go
in?
disappear to a different area.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take a vacation, haunt somebody else.
Yeah.
This next one's another great question, too. You get $5 million, but you have to appear on an episode of To Catch a Predator. But it was a mistake. The episode airs and everything, and they're like afterwards, like, oh, shit, my bad. We didn't mean to.
So I have to be on an episode.
Yeah. Chris Hansen shows up at your house, and is like, hey, what are you doing here? And you're like, what are you doing here?
And I'm peeing in the presence of children? Or he just comes into my house?
He just comes into your house filming a TV show, and is like, they start doing the show, like, yeah, we got him, and they air the episode. And then afterwards, they're like, oh, shit.
As long as there's no children around and he's actually doing a gotcha and making me look like a pedophile, if he just accidentally, because then you get $5 million and then you get to sue To Catch a Predator for more money.
Again, technical difficulties. All right, let's dive right back into it again. If Pokemon existed in the Office universe, what Pokemon do you think all the Office characters would have?
All right.
Let's start with Michael Scott.
Michael Scott would have to be...
I was thinking like a Magikarp, like something like kind of pointless.
Yeah.
That he'd be like, this is the best Pokemon ever. Or like a Meowth.
I was going to say Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Yeah, like he's likable in some ways. He has some redeeming qualities that are funny, but he's also pretty useless.
I could see that, yeah. I was thinking Snorlax for Kevin, but yeah.
That's
that
true.
would make better in there. We could give Kevin a Slowbro.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Or no, Stanley too. He could take a Snorlax
That's
even.
true. There's multiple there.
What about Dwight?
Dwight, who's like oh man.
You need like a fighting Pokemon.
Who's that like karate one?
The one Machoke or something? Like
Machoke. Yeah.
Machoke?
Yeah, because I mean Dwight does karate, apparently. He knows a lot of the martial arts, so he says. And I don't know Machoke all that well, but he seems a little odd.
What about Jim and Pam? I don't know. They probably have something cute.
Yeah.
Like a Jigglypuff or like a Eevee.
I feel maybe Pikachu for Pam.
Pikachu?
Just like a cute...
Oh my
grasshopper. Pokemon. That's a real life Pokemon. I'd say Jim would be like a likable but also strong one. Not an evolved like a Gyarados. That's too much.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's too much power for Jim. Yeah. Jim's goofy. You gotta have like a goofy... Oh man, I'm like
maybe
thinking...
like a Ditto so like he can mess with Dwight.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good one.
And then Angela, that'd be anything cat Pokemon. That'd be an easy one.
Mew? Is Mew before Mewtwo?
Yeah. Or Meowth.
Meowth? Yeah, Meowth. That's the one that was with the bad Jim, right? Yeah. Meowth was with Ash's arch nemesis.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Andy, I would have, I don't know, something annoying. Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. Who's that haunted cloud?
It's right here on the screen. Coughing.
Isn't it? Wheezing.
Or wheezing. I don't know what it's called, but whatever you say, I'll support.
One of those. You guys know. He's a big ball of cloud and he coughs.
Yeah. I'll dub over the audio.
We'll connect this all together. Yeah. He's going to dub over every Pokemon I say with one that actually fits the characters. I'm just like saying random ones.
That's what I do with all your answers for the whole episode. I just change it.
Be like, he wasn't very funny, so we just made up some better words.
Would you rather sail solo across the Atlantic Ocean or fly Boeing 747 from New York to London?
Do I have training on these before?
No.
No.
You're just being sent off in an hour. So you get 1 hour to watch videos on YouTube.
To
give you a ballpark, sailing would take like 21 days. and flying a plane would take like over 7 hours.
It would have to be flying. Sailing, even as a veteran sailor, I feel like doing solo across the Atlantic, there's a chance you're not making it. I mean, there's a big chance I wouldn't make a Boeing flight, but at least if I don't make it, it's like, all right, it's over in 7 hours rather than 21 days of me just not eating and being lost at sea.
It's a quicker death too.
Yeah.
Rather than being lost at sea out there.
Yeah. It's pretty automated too, so I feel like, that one guy...
Just landing's the hardest part.
Yeah, you just get me in the air and I'll find some...
I'll keep her straight.
London cornfield that looks pretty soft to maybe give a shot at landing in.
All right, you're on top of a water slide, like a 100-foot water slide, one of those straight down ones. And you're like the lifeguard, and somebody dies up there. They're just dead as hell. Do you push the body down the water slide, or do you carry him down the staircase?
You just got to send them down.
I'm sending them down.
I'm sure it's in the lifeguard handbook, whether they're fully dead or not. You have to try to get them to a hospital, so that's just get them down.
That is a good point. You're like, I'm trying to get him there as quick as possible to save a life.
It's technically the right thing to do, and then also you probably have the little headset, and you go, hey, dude, at the bottom of the slide, you got to deal with this now. This person may or may not be dead, but it's your problem now.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn you.
Yeah, you're just handing it off. It's hot potato, but with a dead person.
Get them going quick, because I got a bunch of kids in line up here, too.
Yeah, and maybe they come back to life, honestly, If you don't have one of the, what do you call the things?
Defibrillators.
Defibrillate, maybe the excitement of going down 100 feet wakes them up.
It
You
just
never
brings
know.
them back.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
It's a new Disney story, modern day.
Yeah. It's the miracle of bringing people back to life through water slides.
All right, last question here. Would you rather make $100K a week for life or get $50 million up front? It'd take a decade if you take the $100K to make $50 million.
I'd have to go week by week. I think it's still so much money that either way...
It's financially responsible.
Yeah, you're not going to have to worry about money either way, but if you get it each week, at least... It makes you a little more, yeah, you have to be like, I can't buy everything all at once right now. I got to wait a little bit.
I got to wait 2 weeks before I can buy this Lamborghini.
Yeah. So it gives you a little bit of thought before doing anything crazy.
Yeah, I think that too, and it's more money in the long run.
Yeah.
All right, that's been all for this episode of the Barcast. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, check us out on YouTube as we're giving away a toaster at 10K on YouTube. Tell them where to find you, Ben. It'll be on screen and linked below.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram at Ben Dailey Comedy. That's Dailey, Ben Dailey Comedy. And also I have a podcast called The Weekly Daily Podcast as well on Spotify and YouTube.
Check it out. Subscribe. Doo-doo-doo.